Here's where we're at right now. Stimulus is on the line. We know that many lawmakers are wanting additional relief, whether it's pandemic-related assistance, whether it's stimulus checks, stuff for students and people with student debt, for families and children, the elderly. Everybody has an agenda. Everybody has a priority. Here's the problem. The priorities of the majority actually do not matter within Congress at this point. And I bring this up because according to multiple reports, even though the Build Back Better Act is extremely important, not only for the Democratic Party, and for anybody that's running for re-election, but the biggest issue is that is actually put on the back burner because lawmakers have to deal with the government funding bill. That is taking priority. That is taking precedence over anything regarding the Build Back Better Act. So, the government funding bill, lawmakers have 18 days. And I addressed this earlier on today, and I said that multiple lawmakers and multiple aides in the Senate are very worried that we might not see this pass. We got 18 days. That should be enough time, right? Here's a problem. With Congress, 18 days is a very short window. They have to start negotiations. But according to Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, he says that this bill needs to be addressed soon. And he plans to sit down with a group of Democratic negotiators this week and most likely tomorrow to discuss the status of the negotiations. And he does not want to see a CR. That's a continuing resolution. He wants to see the government fully funded, which means President Biden will get some of his agenda put into this bill. The problem is this can't go through a budget reconciliation, which means in the Senate you have to have 60 votes. Right now, as of reporting this, there's no Republican senator that would vote in favor of some of President Biden's agenda. So it could be very interesting to see what happens, but the reports that I've been telling you over the past couple of weeks that we really have, just like 3 to 4 weeks to get a bill done, those reports are coming more and more true as we get further into this, because right now, in less than 3 weeks, a little more than 2 weeks, 18 days, there has to be a government funding bill, and according to other reports, that we really need within the next 3 weeks, a Build Back Better Act or Build Back Better Act 2.0. Because progressives say that this is going to be the ideal time to get President Biden to address what is going to be in the bill, what the American people are going to get when he does his State of the Union address on March 1st. Now, here's something I want to tell you as well. Multiple senators do not want to see a continuing resolution. They want to see that the American people and the government, they're funded, right? We have some stability. We're not coming back to the drawing board in 3 months or in 6 months trying to renegotiate and provide another bill. That's not what they want. And Senator Shelby had this to say today, and I quote, "None of us want a CR, but we've got to get close together, and I have some real trouble with the current Senate bill and the House bill." So it's not just the Senate's bill, it's the House bill as well that multiple people have problems with. So senators have issues with the House bill, and the representatives have issue with the Senate's bill or their version of it. And trying to put those two together and figure out how we're going to make it work, that could be difficult. Now, let me give you a little bit of an update on the stimulus package, because this is what we know. According to reports just this afternoon, a lot of people want to see the Build Back Better Act pass. Some Republicans want to see more given to the American people, but at the same time, we cannot give more to the American people without either going into a deeper deficit and deficit spending or taxing billionaires. Those are two things that Republicans do not want. That's also two things that Senator Joe Manchin is somewhat against. Now, he does not want to tax the American people. He does not want to see money go to people that don't actually need it. But at the same time, he's open to taxing billionaires if that's the only way parts of the Build Back Better Act is funded. Here's the other issue. Right now, the only piece of that puzzle, that agenda, that is even being discussed to have overwhelming support is the climate provisions. And right now, according to House representatives, they do not want to pass a standalone bill for just climate because there's other priorities that have to be included to take care of the American people. Because if we can't take care of the American people, according to one aide, if we do not take care of the American people, they will not be here long enough to see our climate improve. So I think someone's finally saying the right things, that if we don't take care of ourselves now, then what good does that do us if we are providing money and change for 20, 30, even 50 years down the line if we will not be here to see it? And so it's interesting that people bring that up, and that's something I think many of you have also said as well, that, well, shouldn't we be able to be excited about the things that are passing, and not that, oh, it's going to be coming in 5 years or in 10 years? And I think that's a valid point. Here's another thing. I saw a lot of reports just today, just this morning, a lot of reports that are saying there's another $2,000 check coming. I addressed this last week, okay? If you didn't get a chance to go and watch it, I don't remember which one it is, but I'll address it right now. There are no $2,000 checks coming. There's none, okay? For any of you that missed out on either the $1,400 stimulus checks, you can actually get that when you file your taxes, but you have to file your taxes. If you missed out on the 6 months of payments from the child tax credit payments, that would either be up to $1,500 for a child between 6 and 17, or $1,800 for a child between the ages of 0 and 5. If you didn't get those payments, then you can also get the other $1,500 or the other $1,800 on top of the other $1,500 or $1,800 that would come from your taxes. So you'll get the full $3,000 or $3,600. So just keep that in mind. But as of right now, there's no $2,000 stimulus checks. I haven't even seen states or counties or cities that are providing a $2,000 stimulus check, and that's something that I look at all the time. So if you have any question on this stuff, okay, in any of this stuff, you can always ask your questions down in the comment section below. Right now, I'm trying to go through a lot of different stuff, a lot of different articles, interviews, to try to really figure out what's going to happen. Now, being that lawmakers are coming back today, there's still a lot of stuff going on. There's still a lot of discussions. But my expectation is this week we're going to have a pretty good idea of what lawmakers' true plan is. Right now, the expectation is they are going to push Build Back Better Act to the backside. It's not going to be discussed too much. There's still people doing a little bit of negotiating, a little bit of backroom deals, but honestly, that's just backroom deals. It's probably not going to even come to fruition, but we will see. The main thing that we need to look at this point is, where does President Biden stand? Where are we getting bipartisan support on this government funding bill? What's going to happen in the House and the Senate? Okay, all these things are extremely important. So as we know more on all this stuff, I promise I will bring that update as we get it. But just understand, what comes from this government funding bill, and if we get bipartisan support here, that could potentially open up the doors in other areas. Okay, and that could potentially make it easier for parts of the Build Back Better Act to pass. So honestly, this week and even next week, stimulus is on the line. We will see what comes from it. And as always, as I know more, I promise I'll come back on and share all latest news and updates. Again, thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.